Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be talking coin business strategy. I think it's super fun to think about how the business side of a coin business works, and it's increasingly been really cool for me to sort of continue to expand my involvement by trying to cobble together something of a coin business, because it really lets me take the collecting passion and then see that, trading coins. If I'm just making videos about coins that I have photos of that aren't mine, it's so much different from being able to see so much more inventory because I have it in my hands and gain perspective and make relationships with people. And a lot of that has been through the auction space. So today I want to talk about consignments and how a coin dealer might view consignments, both from, this is pretty much from an auction perspective, but also from a selling perspective, and walk you through what I see as the pros and cons. So I have 5 pros, 4 cons. I love consignments. I've been taking them and doing well for people with them. But it generally has to be, we'll get into why I like taking, larger consignments, obviously, and sort of the things have to align and match to make it work because there's no guarantees. But I would say the first big pro of a consignment for any auction house or auctioning firm is that there's probably going to be a really cool mix of items. And when I say cool mix, it's like a varied group of listings that no 2 auctions are going to be the same. So if you have consignor coins, sometimes you'll get a bunch of European items. Then you'll get some modern proofs from America. And maybe you'll have a bullion heavy sale. So it keeps a lot of variety. And again, like I said, I love seeing new coins, learning about new histories of things. Or maybe that's like a new era or a new variety. There's so many things from that perspective where it's fun to continue to see new stuff, and consignments are a big part of that. One of the cons that I see is that there has to be sort of a minimum value to make this worth the time. And what I say, and what I mean by that is, when I have something consigned and sell it, the alternative is that I go out and buy something. So that's generally wholesale from other dealers. They get a big collection in, I go and buy the collection for more than what they paid for it, and they keep some of the coins, that sort of thing. But with consignments, if somebody says, here's $300 of coins, can you sell them for me? And I'm charging them 20% as an example. Sometimes it has to be more, and this is exactly why. If I go through and do all of that work for them and then I make $60 off of it, I'm very thankful for their business, but the time that it takes to coordinate with them, a lot of consignments fall through. From the perspective of somebody reaches out, you respond, and then they don't send you anything, maybe earning that $60 and then going through a full process where you're managing the customer or consignor's expectations, and communicating with them and separately taking the time. It's much nicer to inventory 1,000 coins at once than it is 17 very different types with old holders and put them into yours. It sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. But often I'll do a smaller consignment if I think that there's possibility for more, or if it's, again, ties back to getting really cool new inventory. But I sort of feel bad because when I was younger and, if somebody had given me $300 of coins and said, go sell them, that was way more coins than I had, so I'd be thrilled about it. But at this stage, when I think okay, I have to pay some employees, I have to pay people to do a lot of the work because there's, not enough that I can do because we're at capacity. What is that scale? And so it's important to go after the bigger consignments. I think, on the other hand, there's no capital up front, and that's a huge pro. So coin dealing, auctioning, selling is a very capital-intensive business, and most people have to sell their coins so that they can get more money to go buy more coins. But that's all flipped on its head. If you just get the coins, you sell them, and then you take a cut of it. Which is really exciting. And maybe the flip side of that, maybe I'll do 2 cons in a row, is just a minor one. But maybe it's enough of a pro. This is a huge thing for coin collectors. If I could have an inventory of millions of dollars of coins or hundreds of thousands of dollars of coins, the scale that you can deal at is so much greater than if you are waiting on your stuff to get sold. And then you, which is, most of the stuff that I sell, I own. Consigning is a pretty small portion of what I'm doing. But then on the other hand, say you have $2,000 in your bank account You're going to sell another $3,000 of coins. If you sell 3,000 of your own coins, now you have $5K to spend. If you sell 3,000 of coins and then you're taking 20%, you keep $600. Now you have $2,600 and you've paid out to the consignor. So there is that relationship where I've been like, oh, actually, if I'm trying to free up capital, selling consignor coins is not the way to go. And so I think then another con to think about is like the alignment of interests and time. So I think one thing a lot of auction places will say is like, oh, we're super aligned. Like, we do well when you do well. Which, as a whole, is very true. Because nobody's going to consign to a firm that gets bad prices for their material. You want to go because they have really good marketing, really good collector reach, really good cataloging and trust and confidence and good descriptions and a good photo or good video or a good person behind the camera talking about the coins while they're being sold. On the other hand, and I tell this to people, it's like, I'm not going to do a coin and take 20% if it's a $5 coin, because then I'll get $1. And that's very unprofitable because I have to pay people far more than $1 per lot to like ship it out and get it set up and process it and all that sort of thing. So for the auction company, the best thing to do is to sell the most efficiently. And so I have like a minimum value of, you have to pay me X or 20% in fees, as opposed to just 20% in fees. So then there becomes, okay, we're going to do a group lot of coins. Or, do I want to take the time if you have 5 of the same Morgan dollar date? If I want to sell 5 of the same coin at once in one day, that might be what I do, even if it would be better to have 1882 Morgan dollars or whatever, one in each sale. But if we have the agreement, I'm not going to take incredible amounts of additional time and effort to maybe get $2 or $3 more per coin. Maybe sometimes it's 10, maybe sometimes it's 50. Because the value that brings to me, of course, again, you want to, as a firm, get really good results, but might be 40 cents for a pretty big deal and, of extra effort. And so that's sort of how to think about it. It's very important for the firm to get good results so that they can get more consignments, but on the coin by coin basis, if it's stretching from making somebody $5,000 to $5,300 and it's going to take a lot more than $60 of extra effort to do that, the auction firm doesn't want to do that. I won't probably do that. I think I generally get very good results. And the other thing, here's another con. Now it just sounds like I'm saying consignments are terrible. I love them and I try to take them, but I think it's just like there's so much business perspective that probably isn't apparent and super obvious to collectors and people that I think is interesting. Okay, now I forgot what I was going to say, but I know I was going to complain about something. Okay, I continue to forget. Maybe I need to stop being so negative. But I was going to say that meeting new collectors is a super fun positive that the consignor process definitely lets you do, because you get to hear people's stories about how they collected, hear how people are crafting things, often from consignors. Then you also get a relationship of like a new person that you buy coins from when things work out. So it's generally a great way to meet people and gain both connections, but also, more importantly, like interesting perspective. Because there's some people certain coins I want to consign to other auction houses because they have a better competitive edge. I feel really comfortable about my chances with coins under $100. I feel like I get very fair, good, strong market prices. And most coins, most auction houses are not set up to make anything from selling a $100 coin, because if they're going to charge you whatever, 30%, 20%, 10%, different auction houses have different fees. That's not going to cover. They need to be selling much bigger coins, and so I try to stay low to the ground where I can sort of operate in that niche. And I can still sell more expensive coins pretty well. You can always reserve them or something. But it's a really cool way of developing good relationships. I think in terms of another con that I had put down, there's also, you have relationships with people, there's expectations. If I mess up, if I buy a coin for $50 and I sell it in my auction and it sells for $30, which happens infrequently, but it happens, I'm like, dang, terrible. I lost my money and my company's money. if I do that for somebody else, you know, one thing that I've had so much fun in is that Treasure Town seems to have great relationships with people and a ton of fun. So I hate the idea of having people upset at Treasure Town. And so that is a way, if I mess up when I'm selling somebody's coins, that people can be upset. So you do feel a fair amount of responsibility. And, you know, reputation matters. I don't have like thousands of consigners, so if somebody complains about me, I'll have to make a video and, you know, say, here's how I'm defending myself or whatever. And with that comes all of the sort of liability. You know, if you lose somebody's coins, it's never happened. But then also there's like people sometimes will ship, like I've had people get stuff ripped out of their package because they didn't send it well, or God forbid somebody sends a package to the wrong address. That would be terrible. And, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, you claimed that there was 1,000 or, you know, $10,000 in the package and now you know, you sent it to France. you know, I can't really help, but then I'm part of the transaction that went bad for somebody. I think going back to what we were talking about earlier though, you know, as long as the costs of doing it are not, you know, as long as it's not a small consignment and I have to pay somebody many dollars per hour to deal with that and process it and pay fees and labor, you know, it's profit. So it's nice to get that additional, you know, it's pure profit. And so if I could have $10 million of consignments every year, I'd be in business. And I don't at the moment. But then again, I spoke about developing relationships. I feel like at the end of the day, consignments are wonderful. And so I love having them. I've had a bunch of fun meeting new people, doing really well for people with the consignments that I've made. But I've just had, you know, wanted to talk about it. Curious how you guys think, you know, what is a good consignment experience? That's something that I'm trying to figure out as well. Like how do you guys view, like, do you guys only want to sell stuff on your own? Do you consign it? Do you try to sell it, you know, on social media? Like, there's a lot to learn about the business angle. And so if you have any input, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, I'll try to do more stuff like it. I wish there were more coin professionals who would, I'm not going to give away all my secrets, or what I think are secrets, and maybe is me doing something incorrectly, but thinking it's a good way of doing it. But when I can share stuff or like do thought experiment videos, love the opportunity. Watching the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to visit our website, treasuretown.com, to stay up to date on everything going on the channel and possibly get some great deals on coins and collectibles. We look forward to seeing you on our future videos, and best wishes until then.